Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. You guys know we love to really get into a topic, and today we're tackling strategic planning managers.
A great choice.
We've gotten so many requests and so much awesome source material from you listeners, articles, interview tips, even some stuff about AI.
It seems like you're all really serious about getting a handle on what this role is all about.
That's right, so no time to waste. Let's jump right in. What does a strategic planning manager actually do? One source said they translate a company's overarching strategy into detailed plans for each department.
Wow, yeah, that is a great way to put it, and a huge responsibility within an organization.
For sure.
It's like, um, how do I explain this? Okay, imagine if a company is like a ship.
Okay, I like it.
The strategic planning manager is the one navigating, making sure everyone on board is on the same page, and steering towards the final destination.
So they have to see the big picture and figure out how to actually make it happen.
Exactly. They are the link between the big ideas and the day-to-day realities of getting it all done.
That's a lot of pressure. I'm guessing this job isn't all sunshine and roses, though. There have to be some downsides, right?
Oh, for sure. And the sources we looked at were very honest about this. It can be a tough job.
Yeah.
Long hours, difficult decisions.
Definitely not a 9 to 5 kind of gig, then.
Definitely not. If you want to succeed, you need to be able to adapt to anything and be comfortable with, always having a lot on your plate.
It sounds like you need to be a certain type of person to deal with all that.
Yeah, for sure. And your sources talk about that too. One thing that they all mentioned was active listening.
Really? I would have thought it was all about data and spreadsheets and stuff.
Well, those are important, but the best strategic planning managers will tell you that you have to really listen to everyone in the company.
I get it. Different departments, different priorities.
Exactly. They need to listen to everyone's needs and concerns so that they can make a plan that works for everyone. Active listening is a game changer, believe me.
So it's not just about having the answers, it's about asking the right questions.
Yes, and knowing how to really listen to the responses. And then on top of that, they need to be able to think critically about the information they are getting, identify the real issues, and come up with creative solutions.
So you've got all this information, all these different perspectives, and then you have to somehow analyze it all.
Exactly. They are always looking at data, thinking about risks, and then making strategic choices that could impact the whole company.
No pressure.
Right. So we've got active listening, critical thinking, and then on top of that, you've got to be good at coordination.
Coordination. What does that mean in this context?
It means that you are the central point, connecting all the different teams and making sure everyone is moving towards that same goal. It's like, it's like conducting an orchestra.
Okay, I can see that.
Each part needs to work together.
To make a beautiful symphony of strategic planning.
Exactly. You need all those different instruments working in harmony.
Makes sense. And when you put all those skills together, the analysis, the people skills, the ability to switch between the big picture and the tiny details, it's no wonder strategic planning managers are in such high demand.
Yeah, definitely in demand. And that demand is reflected in how you can move up in this career.
Yeah, your research laid out a pretty clear path. You start as a strategic planning analyst.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of project work and data analysis in the beginning.
Paying your dues.
Then, as you get more experience, you move up to a senior analyst, maybe even a planning manager. More responsibility, leading a team.
Sounds like the skills you need change, too, as you move up that ladder.
Definitely. You're right. Early on, it's all about those core analytical skills. Spreadsheets, presentations, that kind of thing.
Being able to wrangle the data.
Yeah, but as you move up, those leadership and communication skills become super important.
Because now you're the one giving the presentations.
More than that, even. It's not just about presenting the plan anymore. You need to get your team on board with that vision.
I see. Inspire them. And of course, with those promotions and that extra responsibility, I'm guessing the salary expectations go up too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The more you know, the more you can lead, the more valuable you become to a company.
And companies are willing to pay for that.
Exactly. Plus, it's not all about the money. Being a strategic planning manager is about having an impact.
Knowing your work really matters.
Yeah. Helping your organization to be successful. And listen, those who are really at the top of their game,
The best of the best.
they're the ones getting headhunters, calling them up, amazing salaries, great benefits.
Okay, so for anyone listening who's thinking this might be the career for them, let's talk about getting that job.
Good idea.
You sent over a ton of interview questions. I mean, a ton. Were there any that really stood out to you?
There are a few that, yeah, they come up again and again. One is, Tell me about a time you had to completely change a strategic plan because something unexpected happened.
Ah, so they want to know you can think on your feet.
Yes, because things never go perfectly, right? So they want to see that you're adaptable, that you can solve problems.
So in the interview, you can't just say, oh yeah, stuff happened.
Nope. You got to have a good example ready, something specific, a time you faced a challenge, how you dealt with it, and what the outcome was.
Show them what you've got.
Exactly. They want to see those core skills in action. Critical thinking, communication, all of that, but through real stories.
Makes sense. So what's another question they love to ask?
Okay, so this one sometimes throws people off a bit. How would you create a culture of innovation within our company?
Interesting. So it's not just about having good ideas yourself.
It's bigger than that, yeah.
Huh.
It's about creating an environment where everyone feels comfortable sharing ideas.
Where innovation can actually happen.
Yes, collaboration, being open to new things, being okay with trying, and maybe failing sometime.
Because that's how you innovate sometimes. You have to take risks.
Right, so you need to show them you get that you can encourage a growth mindset.
So it's less about being the idea person and more about empowering everyone to contribute.
Exactly.
And that probably means being open to new ideas from, well, anywhere.
Exactly. And speaking of new ideas, can I bring up the elephant in the room?
Of course. What's on your mind?
AI. It's changing everything.
It was just about to go there.
Which is the perfect time to talk about RoleCatcher. This tool is amazing. AI is changing how we search for jobs, and RoleCatcher uses AI to help candidates every step of the way.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And I think what I love most about it is that it levels the playing field. Companies are using AI to find candidates, so it's only fair that job seekers use it too.
It's true. Companies are using this technology, so why shouldn't job seekers?
Right.
So how does it actually work?
Well, let's say you upload your resume to RoleCatcher.
Okay.
It can analyze it for you, tell you if there are any weak spots, even suggest keywords that might help you get noticed by those AI screeners that companies use.
Oh, interesting. So you're using AI to make sure your resume is speaking the same language as the technology that's reading it.
Exactly. And it gets even cooler. Even cooler.
It has this whole interview practice section. You can practice answering interview questions, like the ones we were just talking about.
Okay.
And then, get this, it gives you feedback. AI-powered feedback on your answers.
Whoa! So it's like having an interview coach in your pocket.
It really is. It looks at how you're speaking, your tone, even your body language.
That's amazing, because just reading tips about interview skills is one thing, but actually being able to practice and then get feedback from AI, that's next level.
Totally. It helps you put your best foot forward right from the start, which is so important in those first interactions, whether it's an AI reading your resume or a recruiter.
First impressions are everything.
Exactly.
RoleCatcher sounds like a total game changer.
I think so, yeah. And the technology is only going to keep getting better, so the more familiar you are with this kind of tool, how it works.
The more prepared you'll be.
Yes, for the future of job searching.
And it's not just about right now, is it? It's like RoleCatcher is an investment in your future success.
Absolutely, and especially in a field like this, strategic planning, where you always have to be learning and adapting.
Well said.
Huh.
Okay, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We really have.
We talked about what a strategic planning manager is, what skills you need to succeed, even how AI is changing the game.
It's been a great deep dive.
It has. So as we wrap things up, is there one big takeaway you hope our listeners will remember? Something to think about as they continue to explore this career path?
For me, it always comes back to the idea that strategic planning is about making choices, the best choices you can with the information you have.
Okay.
Setting priorities, planning for the future, and being able to adapt when things change. And that's not just for companies, right?
It's all of us.
In your career, in your life, you need to think strategically too.
I love that. So just like a strategic planning manager, we all need to be ready to adapt and evolve as the world changes around us.
Exactly. So my advice is think about what you want, what skills you need, what can help you get there. And hey, maybe RoleCatcher is part of that journey.
Maybe it is. It could be the thing that helps you unlock your potential. To all of you listening, thank you so much for joining us for another deep dive. We hope you found it helpful. Until next time, happy planning.